This video highlights some of the basic functions of MI Freedom viewed with a PC. I will demonstrate how simple operations are when commanding stations to turn on, advance, pause, resume, then turning them off. A list of MI Freedom commands are available by tapping the question mark icon on the lower area of the MI Freedom screen. This video will cover station commands 1 through 6. Let's return to the MI Freedom Start menu. Before we begin turning stations on and off, you must understand the command structure. Since the command strings use numbers and not letters in our example, the first area are greens, the second area are T's, etc. When choosing an area, use the area's corresponding number in your system hierarchy. For example, 1 for greens, 2 for T's, and 3 for fairways. In this system, we have greens, tees, fairways, slopes, rough, bunker, and mounts. Now, let's review the basic 1 through 6 commands. Let's start by turning on hole 2, green, enter 1, followed by the pound sign for turn on, then 2 for the hole number, and 1 for the green area. Then hit send, and MI will turn on hole 2 green using its default runtime of 5 minutes. You'll receive a confirmation of the command, and as you can see here, 120 gallons of flow is occurring in the field. To turn the green off, we hit 2, the off command, pound, 2 for hole 2, pound, 1 for the green area, and hit send. You'll notice I've turned that area off, and you can see my flow is now at 0. There's actually a shortcut to do this as well. Let's turn the hole back on. Now if we enter 2 for the off command, and then the back arrow button, it enters the details after our last full command. So now we can just hit send to turn off that green. As you can see, the back arrow button allows you to do things a little faster than having to type out the whole command every time. This shortcut works for more than just turning individual heads on and off. You can also turn on an entire block of heads, advance a block, or pause a block of heads using the MI Freedom commands. Here's a fairway example. First, let's turn on hole 5, fairway, and hit send. If you notice, I've turned on the whole fairway on 5. If we look at our monitor log, we can see that we have heads 1 through 12 running, as well as 20. Our first set of heads is up right now. Let's say we wanted to advance those heads. Let's drop the first set of heads and go on to the next set. We enter 4 for advancing the block of heads, then use the back arrow button again and hit send to advance the entire set of heads. You can see some of the heads will turn off and the next set of heads will turn on. Again, you can do this very quickly by using the back arrow. The 5 command is used for pausing irrigation. Let's say we have golfers coming down the 5th fairway and we need to pause irrigation long enough for them to play through. We enter 5 for pause, pound, 5 for the hole, pound, and 3 for the fairway. Hit send, and now we've paused those heads. Irrigation stops, and the heads will wait for the resume command. Looking at the monitor log, you can see the paused heads are labeled P. This demonstrates Rainbird's true two-way communication while these heads are waiting to resume operation. Once the golfers have passed and we are ready to resume irrigation, enter 6, the resume command, and then the back arrow button, then send, and you'll see irrigation has resumed. The heads are now operating, and we have flow. To recap, the standard commands of the Rainbird MI Freedom are 1 to turn on, 2 to turn off, 3 to turn on a block of heads, 4 to advance the block of heads, 5 to pause, and 6 to resume. In addition, we demonstrated several times the back arrow button, which is a shortcut by putting the previous command extension after the new command. In closing, I will use 2 to turn off and hit the back button to fill the rest of the command. Hit send, and now the heads have turned off. This completes the introduction of MI Freedom commands 1 through 6. Additional commands will be explained in another video. Thanks for watching.